Hi, I'm Ryan Hale, and I'm a recovering heroin addict, and here's 5 ways that you can help someone that's in addiction. Number 1 is detox. Whether you go to a detox or whether you're detoxing on your own, it's the inevitable. If you're coming off of opiates or alcohol, if you're coming off alcohol, it can be deadly, so don't just come straight off alcohol, but with opiates, you'll hope that you were dead coming off of them.
So detox, basically, like you're going from using drugs every day, and then all of a sudden your body's like just shocked.
Yeah.
Because instead of getting a daily dose of hard drugs, it's gone.
Yeah, so your body naturally will stop producing dopamine. It also stops producing a natural painkiller. And so you literally, when you stop getting this foreign substance, your body is like, it's in pain. It's like, ow.
Built a dependence on it.
It's gone. And so you get the cold sweats, you get the vomiting, the diarrhea, anxiety, headaches, stomach cramps. It's the worst. Yeah, the worst flu times 10. It's much better if you go to an actual detox facility because that's where they'll give you the medication. You know, you have the three meals. You have a bed to sleep in. It's a safe place because usually if you're out like with a sibling or something, I stayed with you one time and when I did, the urge to use will overcome the addict usually. Like you're in so much pain, your body's hurting so much, and you know that there's that thing out there that can give you that relief. And so that the pain is so much that you're just like, screw it. Like I'm gonna do anything to go get that drug, and so you go. Whereas when I was in a detox facility, it's locked down. It's usually a little more of a process to get out, so they will help you think it over, whatever. And then they also give you medication to relieve lots of those symptoms.
So you're saying that when you're actually in a detox, it's better because it's
much better.
Harder to just slip out the sliding glass door into the night.
And take your brother's car.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been through detox, but from what you've told me, it's basically like they give you a bed, a shower, 3 meals. There's some medical assistance where they take your vitals every 4 hours. Is that?
Yep.
There are actually medically prescribed drugs that can help your body adjust.
Yeah, they usually will give you Suboxone or Subutex for opiates. They give you Valium, and I don't know what else for alcohol.
Okay.
But yeah.
The thing about detox, I didn't ever know that was a thing. I'd always heard like, you know, obviously you hear rehab or like so-and-so went to rehab because they had a drug addiction or whatever. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that detox is actually a necessary step before you can go to rehab.
Yep.
And what I also didn't realize is that here in our town, there are nearby facilities that will provide free treatment for anyone who just walks in off the streets. And so I guess it's government funded.
Yep.
And so it's not a matter of, okay, you have to pay $50 or $1,000
there's
or whatever.
Free places that I could go if I was I could go walk down there with no insurance, get into a detox center, and then after that, get into a rehab for free. People usually don't like to go to detox, but just helping them realize, hey, it is a safe place. Like it isn't terrible. It's not that bad. And it's a safe place that you can go where they're going to give you the right drugs to help you come down. Yeah, it's so hard to do it on your own. It's way too hard. I've tried to do it, like no joke, 200 times. I have tried to at least that many times and like go like a day or two without it and then right back to it. But cool. Other times, I've relapsed right out of detox. I went to detox and completed 6 days and left with someone got high. That's why you have to go to rehab after detox.
Interesting. So detox is basically the first necessary step to lead into number 2, which is going to a rehab. So what is the role of rehab? Why would an addict go to an actual rehab facility for an extended period of time? What value does that provide for someone who's trying to get clean?
So not only is rehab going to provide, they'll usually introduce you to the 12 steps. They give you have groups, you have counseling, those things, but rehab is a period of time to be away from the drugs, to give your mind, your brain time to heal, time to get into a new routine, get into being around like-minded people, and just getting out, because you're living such a crazy life in addiction usually that's not normal whatsoever. And so you need time to transition, because it's hard to just slap you in the face and try and get a job the next day. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Your body, it takes a month to get your sleeping pattern down to normal, to eat 3 full meals, to want to start working out, because your dopamine's not being produced in your brain really that much anymore, so you get depressed, and so you gotta build up your self-esteem again and have self-worth. And
so like a rehab is basically a structured environment.
Yep.
Where you're able to relearn how to function normally.
Yeah.
And there are free rehabs, right?
Yep.
They
Access paid rehabs, but yeah, even the Salvation Army is a free rehab, or Maverick House. Those are both free, but you have, there's many choices as far as access approved rehabs that are nice. They're decently comparable to the private insurance ones.
So, question: Is it absolutely necessary to go to rehab, or are there, aren't there people who can do it without rehab? Or
there's people that have done it without rehab. I have friends that have done it, but it's just that much easier.
Gotcha.
For sure. Number 3 is getting a routine down. So lots of people might also be under the impression that rehab alone cures addiction, which is very false. Rehab is just the first step. That's where they've just gotten the routine down. So when they get out of rehab, it's important to keep the routine, because rehab gets you into a routine. So most rehabs will take you to meetings and have you get into AA, NA, HA, some kind of fellowship.
So going hand in hand with number 3, keeping a routine, is number 4, which is getting a job.
Yeah. The job is so necessary because it keeps you active. It starts to get you moving, get your body going again. It was hard for me even once I would get a job, usually, because you're using different muscles and stuff, and just getting into the routine of working and doing something every day is so good. But also, there's some people that have family or the ability to be babied and for 2 or 3 months, or their parents just pay for everything, and it's so as an addict, you need to have that self-fulfillment. You need to feel like you're doing something with your life, you're getting somewhere. Otherwise it's just a dead-end trail. You're not going to go anywhere. Dead-end road.
Yeah, I think that's probably important, to have that feeling of fulfillment.
Yeah.
And satisfaction. I showed up on time, I did what I was asked,
Yep.
and I just got a paycheck. This
Yep.
is awesome. Building that, what seems like a simple pattern of responsibility, but you're relearning how to maintain a routine and keep a schedule, and to work for what you live off of, what you earn.
Yeah. And it is tough. Once you first get out of rehab, it might take 2 or 3 weeks to find a job, and so it is really crucial, and it helps a lot if you have family there to help you out and to help you bridge that gap from rehab to a job. But it can be hard, especially for people that are addicts, because usually you've bounced around from job to job. You haven't, or you have felonies. And
something I thought about is that you didn't always, when you're coming off of or coming out of rehab, you weren't always that picky. You've delivered donuts.
Yep.
You've
you take anything.
and that's the thing, is it's not you're not choosing your career for the rest of your life. You're not saying, oh, I want to do this forever, but you want something that's going to be low stress, that's not going to drive you back to your addiction.
Yes, so true.
Something that's low stress, something that you can excel at, but just basically, as much as they're providing for you money, they're providing the routine.
Yep. Number 5 is you need to find some kind of connection that's outside of yourself. So whether that's with a close family member, a close friend, or even with God. Like, I know that for me, finding my real, like, my spiritual well-being is so crucial for me. And then the run-of-the-mill answer is going to be, oh yeah, start going to AA meetings and get a sponsor, you know. But that's what everyone says. So that's just something that's known, you know. That's why a sponsor is like. Sponsor is someone that you can share everything with, takes you through the steps and stuff. But that's not like, you don't have to do that, you know. Some people can find someone else and do it through church or family.
It is nice though to have someone who's been through addiction.
Oh, absolutely.
Actually,
a sponsor.
empathize.
Sponsor is huge.
Yeah.
That's absolutely.
One thing I also, just to kind of give you some props, something that I've noticed is when you're doing really well, I find that you're more inclined to give service to other people. And maybe talk about the role that giving service is for you, because there have been a few times when you were doing well that I knew I could call on you. Like a buddy of mine puts out on Facebook, like, hey, I'm moving, this is last minute, I don't have anyone to help. And you never met the guy before, but I called you up and I was like, hey, buddy of mine's moving, you want to come help me give this guy a hand? And you're like, yeah, I'll be there. And you and Rick came and helped. And then there was another time that there was that old lady that I knew from church who needed a hand installing her TV. I just called you guys up. Do you remember this?
No.
Yep.
I do remember. It's when you lived over there, Rick.
Yep,
that lady that lived in like the retirement
senior
place.
living.
Yeah.
Yep. She needed help setting up her TV, so I just called you up, and you're like, yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Talk about what kind of role that plays in helping you feel fulfilled and wanting to stay clean.
I think for me, I just felt like such a dirtbag. Like I did such like some terrible things, you know, like just things that like morally and like ethically, like I wouldn't do, like that wasn't me. And so it's almost like I feel a need, and it makes me feel good when I help other people out, you know. It's like it's a free high. And
you regain or reclaim your identity as a decent human.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a good person.
Absolutely, yeah.
And for so long, you're probably just like, who am I? Like, what have I done? Like, I'm a thief, I'm a liar, I'm this and that. And then suddenly it's like, no, I show up to my job, I help people who need help, and it's just like, I'm a decent person.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We're going to have more videos to come that'll offer instruction and firsthand experiences and stories and just a lot of stuff, a lot of crazy stuff that you've been through.
So I hope that this video has been helpful and gives you guys some hope that recovery is possible.